Welcome back to Hannity. Butler University sparked outrage recently after offering a brand new course titled Trumpism and U.S. Democracy, which described President Trump as someone who is, quote, perpetuating sexism, white supremacy, xenophobia, nationalism, nativism, and imperialism. The course description went on to say that the class would, quote, discuss and potentially engage in strategies for resistance. After facing backlash over this anti-Trump class, the course description was revised, but the class is still going forward as planned, and the university is defending that decision. Joining us now with reaction is the author of Will Wilder, The Lost Staff of Wonders, Raymond Arroyo, along with the founder and executive director of Turning Point USA, Charlie Kirk, and contributor for The Hill, Kristen Tate. Kristen, your thoughts on can you imagine them putting a prospectus together and putting this class out there being so negative and so anti-Trump?
Oh, I know. It blows my mind, though, that these Butler snowflakes would pay $36,000 a year in tuition for this nonsense. I mean, if they wanted to learn resistance tactics against Trump, they could just turn on CNN and get the same thing for free. But, you know, the original course description that Butler had was so radical, even by liberal standards, that they really had no choice to tone it down. But I'll guarantee you, Eric, that the course, the actual contents of the course, will be very closely aligned with the original course description. This is pure indoctrination, and unfortunately, this is very common today on college campuses. Even Harvard University ran a series of anti-Trump courses called the Resistance School. It's crazy what's going on. I mean, kids are literally paying to get educated in how to march and hold picket signs.
So Charlie, let's say my son is in one of these classes, and he happens to be pro-Trump, which he is at University of Colorado. Is he almost guaranteed a failing grade if he has that position?
Almost guaranteed, and it's less like a class and more like a training camp. They're trying to train these liberal activists to get class credit to protest the president. Now imagine for a second if there was a class that did this against Barack Obama. Imagine the backlash, imagine the media attention. And not to mention, you know, you look at these college university administrators and these professors, they're not sorry that this actually happened. They're sorry they got caught. They're more sorry that someone found out about this. They're so, like, embarrassed that this actually got revealed. I mean, they actually believe that the university structure should exist to train young people to resist conservative ideas and now the President of the United States. So mom and dads watching out there, they can access our website, professorwatchlist.org, and see all these professors that do this. But your tuition dollars might be going to train the next generation
Very good point,
of
Charlie.
progressive
Let's take Raymond. The thoughts of a parent spending money on a course is biased. I mean, just outright biased as this.
Eric, my biggest problem is, look, if you want to study a presidency, fine, study a presidency. This man has been in office for 100 days and change. There are clearly presidencies that are closed that you could have a historical context and have a debate. That is called dialogue, which the president of Butler is calling for. But this, I mean, imagine if we had Hillary Clinton, pantsuits and power as a course, or Jeb Bush, a study in low energy. This is ridiculous. This is political jingoism as course study. If you want to resist something, that's what should be resisted.
So, Kristen, let me talk to you about this. So what's going on in academia? The closed-mindedness is insane. You talk about this course, and then you talk about Berkeley, where they're shutting down speech if it's not speech that they agree with. This is anti-free speech.
Absolutely. Those on the left have no tolerance for diversity in opinion. But you know what, Eric? I got to tell you, I'm a little bit optimistic about the future because the left has become so radical that I think we're starting to see the beginning of a pendulum swing in the other direction. I really do. I think there's a movement of conservative, millennial conservatives who are starting to speak out. Look at Charlie's organization, Turning Points. It's huge and it's growing.
It's a great organization, but these academics still continue to do this biased teaching. Charlie.
Well, I will say that there is a pushback against this, and young people are fed up with saying, you have to think this, you have to do that, and there is going to be a pendulum shift back to that, because who wants to be told what to do? Very quickly, young people, if you're a progressive on campus, who are you rebelling against? The teachers are progressive, the professors are progressive, your parents are progressive, the music you listen to is liberal. The rebels on campus are conservatives. So there is a lot of potential. I am optimistic, but there's a lot of work to do.
Raymond, are you optimistic that the pendulum, as Kristen points out, is swinging back in the right direction?
Eric, like you, I've been touring a lot of campuses. My son's going to college next fall. you do see an emergence of true liberal education, where you have people on the left, people on the right. That's what we need, a true civic discussion. Let's have a discussion and engage the real issues and a real record, not 100 days of an administration. We don't know what the Trump administration will bear at the end, but to try to classify it and set it in a course study this early, I think is reductive and dangerous for our kids. Really.
I'll tell you what, it's only 100 and change days that you pointed out. I can't imagine what's going to happen, I don't know, 7, 8 years down the road of a Trump administration. Yes, I did say 7 or 8 years. Going to have to leave it right there. We'll have